They were the two most powerful forces in the history of wrestling. WWE Champion Macho Man Randy Savage and the immortal Hulk Hogan, the former World Heavyweight Champion. But just before WrestleMania V, that all changed. Savage turned on Hogan, overcome his feelings of jealousy, stealing the spotlight, what have you there. Hogan then defeated Savage to win the belt at WrestleMania in a thrilling contest. Savage was hurt by the loss, and at SummerSlam 1989, looked to end Hogan's career, enlisting the help of the 7-foot monster Zeus to try and end Hulkamania forever. But first, we have to deal with other matches. Yay! Got to deal with the other stuff. So this is going to be my review of SummerSlam 1989. Starting out with the Hart Foundation, Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart against the Brainbusters, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. And they actually have the tag titles here, but the match was signed before they had them. So this contest was pretty much no title match. A non-title match. The Foundation looked impressive here, and the Brainbusters sell every move, even the basic ones, as if their lives depended on it, and the psychology between the two tag teams was absolutely flawless, without question, without a shadow of a doubt. A couple of nice moves involve Bret flipping and reversing to make double arm drags, Neidhart slingshot to the outside, and Anvil reverse slamming Bret onto Tully Blanchard for an attempted pin, which is interrupted by Arn Anderson's double axe handle off the top rope. Arn then makes the switch for the pin. A very intelligent match from both sides. It's a great way to kick off the show. The next match is between excuse me, guys, I'm answering your text message. All right, there we go. Anyway, next match is between Dusty Rhodes and the Honky Tonk Man. The infamous Dusty Rhodes takes control to start the match and gains the psychological hold on the Honky Tonk Man by roughing his hair up. Jimmy Hart's megaphone comes into play when it gets whacked in Rhodes' stomach. Probably the only time the megaphone has been decisive in a Hart match. Yeah, that's pretty true. The Batar becomes the decider when Jimmy Hart accidentally smacks Honky Tonk Man over the head when aims for Rhodes, but Dusty Rhodes gets the win. And after the match, a hilarious interview from the Honky Tonk Man. If you want to see it, go check it out on the WWE Network. Only $9.99 a month. There you go. Now we get the Red Rooster, Terry Taylor, against Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. Terry Taylor pretty much kills his wrestling career by posing as a rooster in this match with the incomparable Kurt Hennig. Mr. Perfect performs a lovely hip toss and standing dropkick. Rooster attempts to slam Mr. Perfect, but falls backwards for Perfect to receive 2 count. But I'm pretty sure Terry Taylor injured himself because seconds later, Mr. Perfect scores the Perfect Plex for the pin. 1, 2, 3. See you later. Bye. Next up is a 6-man tag match between the Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, and Tito Santana against the Rougeau brothers and Rick Martel. Santana from here becomes a jobber to the stars, and Martel has some relatively successful feuds. Even their feud gets ignited once every year thereafter, even if they meet at the Royal Rumble. Yeah. This energetic match is very fast-paced and throughout with the show's shows some nice double-team moves from both sides. Martel is selling his hero very well. He's the model at this point, I think. The match ends when Rick Martel makes the save on Marty Jannetty with a rollover pin on Jacques Rougeau, even though Shawn Michaels was a legal man, and pins him, making this the first and last pay-per-view win for the Jacques Rougeaus, or the Rougeau brothers, I should say. Now we get the Intercontinental title match. Ultimate Warrior against Ravishing Rick Rude. Once again, Warrior no-sells Rick Rude to start the match, and Gorilla Press slams him on the outside, where Warrior where he follows him, whacks him over the back with the Intercontinental title to start the famous he can do what he wants to. He can do what he likes. He's outside the ring exchange between Jesse the Body Ventura and Tony Schiavone. Yeah, those two. Tony Schiavone commentating SummerSlam. Wow. I just remember that. That's pretty funny. Now that you mention it, because he's a WCW guy. Anyway, Rude attempts the Rude Awakening neckbreaker, but Warrior powers out of it, of course. The action escalates when both men collide with the referee, which causes Warrior to power slam and pile drive Rude for the near 3 count. The only there was a point in the match where Rude messes up a reverse pile driver, but it doesn't look too obvious. Rowdy Piper comes along and moons at Rick Rude, which distracts him enough for Warrior to get the belly to back suplex off the turnbuckle. Gorilla Press slam, splash, 1, 2, 3, win the Intercontinental title, whoop-de-doo. Next up is a match between Demolition and another 6-man tag match. Demolition and Hacksaw Jim Duggan against the Twin Towers, which were Akeem, the African Dream, and the Big Boss Man teaming up with Twin Towers and Andre the Giant. Duggan enters the ring with his face painted in stars and stripes, wearing his crown and robe. Andre the Giant can barely stand without falling over, so he needs to be in a tag match to carry. He needs the tag team, in a tag team to carry him throughout the rest of his wrestling career, which is pretty sad to say because he was one of the best. Smash creates the highlight by slamming both Twin Towers to crowd pop. The match ends when Hacksaw smacks Akeem, the African Dream, over his back with a 2x4 and places Smash on top of him. 1, 2, 3. Thank God this match was short. Now we get Hercules Hernandez against Greg the Hammer Valentine and some ring announcer Ronnie Garvin. I don't know why. Not sure why he was a ring announcer, but he was. The match is absolutely hopeless as Greg the Hammer Valentine gets the illegal pin with his foot on the ropes over poor old Hercules. And then the ring announcer, Ronnie Garvin, puts on a spinner and informs the referee that injustice and tells him that the foot was on the ropes. The referee, being stupid, reverses the decision and gives the match to Hercules. Why was this match needed? Now we get Superfly Jimmy Snuka against the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. The only eventful thing that happened in this match was that Snuka was botching a reverse leapfrog and landing on top of Ted DiBiase. The rest of this match was rather boring, as Snuka predictably gets distracted by Virgil, obviously, and he gets distracted by Virgil as he attempts to do the Superfly splash. Snuka gets counted out after chasing Virgil, but manages to remerge and perform his move on Virgil after the match. So, Ted DiBiase wins by countout. Which brings us to the main event. There you go. Swig of water for the working man. That's right. Hulk Hogan and Brutus the Barber Beefcake versus the Macho King, Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah. And Zeus. It's Savage's second straight SummerSlam in the main event, and the second time, once again, that he's overshadowed by the Hulkster. The match is mostly a brawl, with Macho King settling into Ted DiBiase's role previously, carrying his partner throughout the match, noticeably giving him instructions throughout as Brutus looks on, convincing in his role as support. As Hogan does his thing, obviously. Elizabeth plays cheerleader, pretty much plays cheerleader here. The match ends when illogically because Zeus is portrayed as indestructible, that even chair shots don't affect him. Yet it takes a couple of Hogan clotheslines to knock him down. that rocked Zeus. Hogan then puts the leg drop, side slam, or excuse me, big boot, leg drop, 1, 2, 3, the end. Overall, it was a great match that went downhill. It was an okay SummerSlam. Wasn't the best. There were a couple good matches, not gonna lie. I'm gonna give this match a 7 out of 10, which is okay. I mean, it was better than 1989, 88. That's for sure. Best match of the night was probably the Hart Foundation and the Brainbusters, and the worst match was probably Greg the Hammer Valentine and Hercules Hernandez. That's SummerSlam 1989. Coming up next, SummerSlam 1990.